So, all right. So this is a content calendar, right? This is an example of a content calendar that I put together for you. So what you could do is this. The whole idea of it is you want to have, I don't care what kind of calendar you want to use. You can literally Google blank Excel calendar, blank Google calendar. You can even create your own Google calendar if you want, or you can do it through Excel. I don't care how you do it. There's plenty of things that free things you could download. Microsoft has calendars, so there's no problem you finding a blank calendar online, right? All I do is, just Google it and I just switch some things up, right? Just to give you some examples. The main part about all of this is this, that you pick the day you're going to do the content and you choose the format you want to do the content. You choose the day, the format, and a topic. If you have those three down, you can actually knock out a lot of content quickly. Now, for this content calendar, just because these fall on different days does not necessarily mean you have to record the content that day. Actually, what I want to recommend is batching. That might be good to put on here, right? You're going to choose the format. So if it's just going to be a video, you do the video, and then you say what that topic is going to be about. And literally, you just go to a location and you start recording your video. If you want to use props, you can use a prop. So if I'm talking about how to create an offer, I might talk about, hey, part of my offer is a book. Part of my offer is a phone, and talk about it. Like, try to make it visual, or try to share your screen, or try to do something to make it a little bit more visual than you kind of just talking, right? So those are just some ideas of how you can actually do that. You can say, like a reel, the topic, or what you're going to do in that reel. A Facebook Live, what are you going to talk about in a Facebook Live? You don't have to put a bunch of detail. Like, that can live somewhere else. The purpose of the content calendar is really, I mean, if it's 1 or 2 points, I guess you could do it in here, and I have done it like that before, but you don't want to bog this down too much. You really just want to get an idea of what am I doing, how am I doing it, and the day that I'm doing it on, right? If you're going to do an interview, who are you interviewing? And that's it. And that's really all it is when it comes to creating a content calendar and systematizing it. A lot of people try to complicate it. There's no need to complicate it. What day am I doing it? What am I doing it? How am I doing it? That's it. And long as it lands in your calendar, maybe you can like put it in like a Google calendar, so you can get reminders of it, of your time. So while you're looking at this right next to your doctor's appointment, put it right next to the doctor's appointment. Okay. So that's very key when it comes to creating a content calendar. So I'm going to share with you how we're going to do some of these posts. Right. So let's start off with the first one. Right. So the first one is potent content. So let's go ahead and share. So remember what we said. We said potent content is content that it's long form content, right? So let's go back here, right? And I think this would be a good one to show you. So potent content, right? So the potent content is straight value. So this isn't I'm posting a long post and then I'm telling you that my coaching program is open. Right? It's not that. It's literally just value, because you don't want to kill the post with a call to action, right? And that'll also kill your engagement too, right? Unless if you're gonna make a whole post about getting appointments, make the whole post about that, and we'll share that. So, all right. So let me give you an example. So let's say we go through here, right? And so this is my free group, right? So this is just a Facebook example about potent content. So if we go media, right? And let's say we want to do, let's see. All right, cool. So let's look at this, right? For example. So this is a post that I did in the Facebook group. And it says the single decision that changed my life forever. So this is basically just talking about one decision that changed my life forever, right? So I'm talking about, a few years ago, I finally became open to the idea of spending high ticket money on a coach. And I'm not going to read everyone word for word, but I'm just going to kind of give you the gist of it, so you got an idea of the type of how you can do this type of post. That years after clenching pennies, buying these little low ticket books and courses, thinking that it would make a difference. But I covered it up saying I was too busy to get a coach, which was stupid because I was wasting even more time spinning my wheels trying to figure it out through trial and error. So basically, I'm telling a story, right? I'm telling a story on why I was spending. It took me so long to invest in a coach. So that's basically what the story is, right? So I'm going through, right, and I'm talking about my experience with the coach who really made me see the value of coaching, right? So we get into the end. So I'm talking about the results now, right? So anytime you're doing a value post, you want people to get a realization. So that's what I'm showing folks here. So I said, do you need to trust yourself to make decisions faster? So I'm asking these questions. And then I say the answers to your prayers have already been delivered on a silver platter. It's time to trust yourself again and let the universe work its magic. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, so start making an impact today. The moment you do that, you'll feel a huge weight lifted off your shoulders because you finally stepped out of your comfort zone, Coach T. And that's all it is, right? That's all it is. Even this, I haven't really, there's like really no call to action to this. Like there isn't. Actually, all I'm doing is just giving just straight value. Straight value. So on a value post, that's okay. You don't have to do a call to action on a value post, right? But it's really key that you just straight give value with, with no expectation or nothing in return. So that's an example of a value post. So there's no right or wrong. Just act like you're giving, not act, but just give advice. Okay. So that's an example of that. Let's look at a unique value videos. Unique value video. So for this, I think this would be good or best illustrated through my feed, right? So let's kind of look at that. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Now, again, this is my Instagram in real time, so hopefully not crazy pop up, but all right, but so value videos, right? So let me show you some examples. So for example, this could be a value video. Well, that's a reel, but let's go to like this video here, right? So I watched a video of John Gotti. I was on World Star. Watched the video of John Gotti meeting with his grandson in a prison. Right. So I'm not going to play the whole video, but what's happening there? It's a value video. I'm telling a story about a video that I saw about John Gotti and how he was treating his son. And so I'm basically just telling the story. And then at the end of the story, I'm going to say what the lesson is, right? So that's just an example of a value video. I made the background kind of unique. I'm outside. I'm not just in front of like a white wall. So I'm switching it up. So that's one example of a value video. Transparent moment with Coach T. So, lately, this is just being transparent, right? And just talk about some of the things that I'm currently going through. So I'm just giving you some examples of different types of value videos, right? Let's see. Right. And while we're here, actually, let me show you some of the other videos too that I've been talking about, right? So the other types of posts that might be valuable too, right? So we talked about so remember we said pictures. There's no reason why you can't post a picture. If you have a picture with a celebrity or if you have a picture with like an influencer in your space, there's no reason why you can't post that. Lifestyle. Talking about somebody talent. Lifestyle, right? So you see me on a private boat, having fun, feet kicked up, no shoes, relaxing, enjoying, listening to music, lifestyle. That's inspirational to folks, right? Speaking engagements.
And then if they miss, what they're gonna do? Damn, right? Missed it, missed my shot, missed my opportunity. He said what most people will never do is they will never get off and go back on the line.
Right? So speaking engagements. So I'm posting clips of that. You see how engaging it is when you have different types of footage that you post, right? So I'm always showing things, I'm pointing things out. There was another video that I did recently too that folks like. It was a video walking people through like how to do some of the tech, right? Like how to do tech, like how to do some of the back end stuff. Like how do you set up your payment processor? I think it might have been this.
So I had a client that said, Coach, how do you do all in back end wizardry so I can actually get paid? What does the integrations look like? And I don't really know where to learn it. I got you right now. Let's look at it. This is Stripe. This is the payment processor that actually deposits the money into your account.
Right. So these are the type of videos that I showed. So you see how it keeps it engaging. Right. So that is the importance of posting this type of content, because it keeps your audience on their toes. You posting different types of things, you teaching in different types of ways, and it keeps your audience coming back over and over and over and over again, right? So that's key. So you can literally do any type of content that you want, but make sure that it's something that you can be consistent with. All right. So in the next video, we're really going to be talking about, okay, you know what types of content to post, you feeling good about it. Well, how do you actually organize this into a system that you can do consistently? So basically, how do you systemize your content? So that's what we're going to talk about in the next video. All right, in this video, we're really talking about how to systemize your content. And this is key. Even if you know what to post, if you don't have a system or rhythm for posting, it's going to be harder for you to be consistent. A lot of success comes down to habits. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this posting, that you're continually building the habit of being consistent with posting. Does that make sense? So so that's the reason for it. One of the biggest issues that I faced when it really came to being consistent, because I've been inconsistent at certain times. And I've noticed that through my sales, I've noticed that through the leads, I've noticed that through my clients, I've noticed that through my revenue, of course. I noticed that when I didn't have a system in place, anything that happened threw me off my game. If something like a monkey, like if, you know, I got a phone call, or I don't care if I had to use the bathroom, if I was hungry, if I had to run to the store, anything that I had to do would throw me off because I didn't have a rhythm. So because I didn't have a rhythm, and I kind of knew like, okay, Thursday, I want to shoot content, but I didn't really have like a time to do it. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do at that time. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it. So because I didn't have those things, it made it harder for me to be consistent. So I was actually less consistent.